Hey, what's going on, Crypto Army? I'm Travis, your crypto newbie, bringing you my experiences so you don't have to learn things the hard way. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor and none of my content should be viewed as financial advice. If you like what my content offers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications so you get notified when I post new content. So today we're going to take a look at how to calculate your rewards. Now, I've already done a video on this. This is an update video, which is going to exclude the burn wallet and a couple other wallets. I don't have all the excluded wallets, but this will give you a little bit better estimate of what you're getting in terms of rewards. So first, how do you get to the data that I'm about to show you if you want to do your own calculations in the future? So if you go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, where they store it is a little bit different on each, but the process is exactly the same. Now what you need on this particular page before you go any further is you're going to need the price, you're going to need the total supply, and then you're going to need the 24-hour trading volume. Now, I don't normally use this one because it's not been a full day. I like to use full day numbers, so I would generally go look at the historical, which you click here to get to the historical, and you can see the amount here. So that would be the data that you need here before you go on to the BUSD scan, and you click that right here. So you click on Explorers, and it'll be labeled like that on CoinMarketCap, and then it'll open up the Explorer. And then you just click on Holders, and you can see since my video yesterday, we've added a few new holders. So welcome to the EverGrow Club. Now, let's click on Holders. And the burn address is right here. So this is the quantity of the burn address which aren't calculated as part of the rewards process. So you can exclude all these tokens. Other addresses that are excluded are the team address, and that's this one here. So that's, again, 5% is excluded for a total of 55 here. And then if we scroll down here, this pancake address here is also, this is the liquidity pool. This one's also excluded. So we can add those three. Other wallets that are excluded are the dev wallets. I don't have those. The marketing wallet, I don't have that one. And then also the airdrop wallet. So those are all the wallets that are excluded. Now let's go ahead and see what that does. So here's our rewards calculator. And for those of you that have been asking, there's been a lot of requests to share this document. It's on the banner to my page. It's been there for several weeks, but it's not necessarily intuitive to go look at the banner when you're watching a video. So at the end of this video, go ahead and click on the banner, and that's where it's at. It'll open up in a Google Drive document. There's no macros or any of that kind of stuff in it. It's just a standard Excel document. It won't have anything except for this. It'll just be this one tab, and then you can either follow along or use it in the future. Just download it from the Google Docs, and then you'll be able to do this indefinitely. Now, a little bit of an orientation in case this is the first time you're watching a rewards calculation. This is kind of the number key. This is for easy copy and paste. Now, here's the thing. This works for every token that does rewards. What you need to know is what's excluded and what's not. Most tokens out there don't exclude the burn wallet. That's kind of a new approach that EverGrowCoin came up with. And it's phenomenal because you get a lot more rewards because they're excluding it and they're using the buyback and burn instead. This is really just there for copy and paste purposes. The color key is yellow is where you enter information, so all the places where you see yellow is places where you would want to enter information, depending on what you're trying to figure out. And then the green is calculation. There's some other things that aren't calculations, they're just links to specific data that you've entered. So all these data points up here, when you fill this out, it automatically updates. That's not a calculation. This is actually doing calculations based off the data that's entered. So all of this should update as you go through. So total supply for EverGrowCoin is 1 quadrillion tokens. Now when you add up all the addresses that I showed you on the previous page, you get to 572 trillion tokens. That's a lot of tokens. And all of those are excluded, so we end up around 42.7% of the holders are getting reflections. Now, because the dev wallet and the market wallet and the airdrop wallet are unknown, I don't know what the percentage is for that, but I would suspect that they're probably in the range of a percent, maybe 2% total. So this is actually going to be less. So there are less people actually getting rewards, which means your market share is going to be a little bit higher and your rewards should also be a little bit higher. Now we get 8% back in rewards, so that's where that number is. This was the price when I first started putting this video together, so that's where that is. You just get it from CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap when it's not all messed up. And then today's daily volume, and again, I always go 1 day into the past, so this was the volume from yesterday. And then quantity of token owned, you would just put your number in there. I always just put 1 billion just as a nice round number. That's actually quite a bit more to buy at this particular moment than it was the first time I did this video. Now it takes around $1,546 to buy 1 billion tokens. So I realize that not everybody's got that kind of money. So you might not be able to get to 1 billion, but just to keep it a little bit easier, that's what we're going to do for this calculation. And keep in mind, the price tends to fluctuate quite a bit. So just because you can't necessarily buy 1 billion now, buy what you can when you can, and just remember, never buy more than you're willing to lose, because these are extremely speculative purchases. Now, I have full confidence in the team at EverGrow. The fundamentals of this project are awesome. I don't see a problem going forward, but crypto is really speculative. You're not in the same area as stock market transactions, so never ever invest more than you're willing to lose in any project, because it could happen. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So this is your calculation. These are the formulas essentially that you need in order to do this. And you don't need to download the document if you don't feel comfortable downloading documents. That's fine. That's why I put these equations on here so you can do the math yourself. Market share equals quantity of tokens owned divided by total supply. So all we're trying to figure out is how much of the market you own personally. And again, it's going to pull down whatever number I put here, and then it's going to pull down the total without all those excluded. So 427 trillion. So this is your market share, and you need that to go to the next portion, which is the actual rewards calculation. And that's your distribution rate, so that 8%, times the daily volume, 17 million, times your market share, which is right here. And that starts to push out some numbers. And here's what you're going to get daily, monthly, and yearly based off of this volume. Now, go look at some other projects and see what is a realistic daily volume. This is a brand new project that's only got 46,000 holders. If you go look at SafeMoon, they got 2.6 million holders. Or Shiba Inu, it's got somewhere 600,000 to 700,000. This project is going to grow, and when it grows, there's going to be more volume. So the volume is going to probably increase. Now, is it going to be tomorrow that it's $1 billion or $100 million? Probably not. It's going to take time. You don't buy these expecting to be a billionaire tomorrow, or even the next month, or even next year. These are long-term projects. When I buy in these projects, I expect 7 to 8 years before I can sit on a beach and drink Mai Tais. Now, would I like it to be next year or the year after? Absolutely. But that's not always going to happen with these projects. It takes time for all the things that they're trying to do as part of the rollout of the project to actually get put into place. It doesn't start tomorrow and all of a sudden it's really big next week. So just have some reality when you buy these things. And that's why I don't invest more than you're willing to lose or that you can part with, because it could take a while. And the fee for this one is 14%. You don't want to buy today and then sell tomorrow at 14% each time, because that's 28%. You're not going to make that back. The odds of it jumping up to $1 trillion like it did yesterday, it's pretty slim. So only invest what you can afford to lose, and only invest what you can part with for right now while it builds up, because you don't want to just make back exactly what you invested. You want to make a profit at the very least. So it's going to take a while before you can get to a 20% return on your investment, and even then that just breaks even. So you're really looking for at least a 2x is probably what I would shoot for. But I would suggest for this project, you don't sell ever. You buy and just hold on to it. And here's why. So let's say that we get to the 1 billion. And you can see with 1 billion tokens and a 1 billion daily volume, that's $68,000 a year. That's more than most of us make in a year. That's pretty good money for just holding on to your tokens. And I think everybody can agree that's not bad. Now, how realistic is 1 billion in volume? Well, go take a look at some other tokens and you can kind of see there's quite a few projects right now that are getting $1 billion easily. Even Dogecoin, which has almost no utility, routinely goes $3, $4, $5 billion per day. Now, it's not every single day that they're hitting $5 billion, but they're almost every single day they're in the $1 billion volume, and they don't even have a use case. It's just a coin that doesn't really do anything other than have Elon Musk send out tweets. So this one's got some utility as far as the NFTs and some other stuff. Watch my full video. I'll put that up in the link here. So feel free to check that out. If you haven't watched the fundamentals for this project, take a look. Go look at the website. Before you invest anything, you should always do your own research. But it's not unrealistic to expect that we could get to $1 billion of volume. And that's $68,000. $186 every single day just for holding it. And that's what a lot of people in these kinds of systems of tokens, that's kind of what they're looking for. Is they're not looking to make a quick buck, although there's plenty of those that buy huge amounts and then sell when it goes up. We call those whales. There's plenty of those as well, but I would suggest that's not really the best use of this token for most of us. The best use is probably just to wait and see, but it also ties your money up, and you can't use it in other things unless you pay that 14% sale. So those are the considerations for this particular token that everybody should pay attention to. Now, you'll notice price doesn't matter for this. It has nothing to do with price, which is awesome. Don't worry about the price on any of these calculations. And you might ask, well, why did you put it on here? Well, you might want to know how long it's going to take to get your money back. And if it's $1 billion volume, you're going to get your money back pretty quick, about 8 days. Now, $1 billion volume, it's probably not going to happen today, tomorrow, this year, and maybe not even into early next year. I suspect maybe next year we could get there, but that's just guesswork on my part. So let's just say we stay at around 20 million. So with 20 million, it's going to take over a year to earn back your initial investment. And that's if it's the same amount every single day. And that's just those rewards accumulating. Now, what it doesn't account for is what you do with those rewards. So if you're getting $3.74 per day or $1,365 per year, what are you doing with those? If you're reinvesting it, then you're getting compounded interest. So you're constantly increasing your tokens, and then you're also increasing your rewards. So this is actually just, if you just hold on to the money because you want your money back in BUSD, and you want to get exactly what you've got there, that's one approach. But if you reinvest it, you'll actually get there faster. How much faster? It depends on the price when you're buying these things. If you had $1,365, you would have almost doubled, so the $2 billion for your quantity, which means that everything else doubles. So you can kind of see how you could get there a little bit quicker by reinvesting. Just keep in mind that if you're reinvesting, there's a gas fee for every time that you reinvest, so it doesn't always make sense to reinvest $3.74. You want to let that accumulate a little bit and then reinvest, just so you make use of the gas fee, because you're going to pay that every single time. So you're constantly chipping away at your earnings that way as well. Now, as far as the consolidation, there are some tokens, and SafeMoon's a great example of that. They're going through a token consolidation right now. That's why that's on here. So if you're in SafeMoon, or if you're going to go into a different project and they start talking about token consolidation, this walks you through that process, and I'd recommend that you check out my SafeMoon video on token consolidation. Again, I'll put the link for that right here, because it's going to be very similar. What you need to know is the ratio. And I go through great lengths to explain how a token consolidation is not a bad thing, and that it generally is a good thing over the life of the coin. So I'd recommend checking that out. If you've got specific questions about what a token consolidation is, it's not a reverse split. If you're used to the stock market, it's a very different thing for a very different purpose. So that's really all I wanted to cover in today's video. I didn't cover the burn wallet being excluded in my last video. I had missed that. It wasn't necessarily obvious on the website, and they're trying to fix that. Now, I should have made the connection that they're doing buyback and burn versus just sending to the burn wallet, but most other tokens were sending to the burn wallet, so I just missed that, and it wasn't glaringly obvious to me that that was how this token was set up. So I apologize if I led you down the wrong path. That's a great reason to invest in this particular token, because you're going to get way more in rewards through this token than a lot of others that are sending it to the burn wallet. The burn wallet is a huge amount. 57% roughly right now is being excluded. Imagine that 57% was getting rewards. That would significantly change the outcome. And we can kind of see what that looks like if we hit this. So you see the huge difference by doing that. That's what's different between this project and a lot of other projects that are out there. Hopefully you found this video helpful. Let me know in the comments. Until next time, stay strong with those diamond hands. Crypto Newbie here to tell you how you can get $2,340 in free stocks. All the links I use in this video are in the description. Sign up for Webull and get 2 free stocks valued up to $2,300. Your first stock is free automatically. Deposit any amount and you get your second stock. Deposit 1 penny and you get your second stock. Total value could be up to $2,300. Generally $5 per stock is what you get. Next we have block fee. Get $10 in Bitcoin just for signing up. But read the fine print. I've got a rewards account. You'll get $40 in Bitcoin, as will I. So you know exactly what I'm going to get and what you're going to get. You do need to deposit $100 to get your $40 in Bitcoin. That's the overview how to get $2,340 just by signing up for accounts.